SNP ministers have been forced to pull part of the so-called SALMOND files from their website amid fears they revealed details banned from publication by the courts, as well as personal mobile phone numbers. The Scottish Government on Thursday removed sections of a dossier published last week after the Scottish Sun pointed out concerns from legal sources, admitting it was regrettable. The move relates to a raft of documents from the report into whether Nicola Sturgeon breached the ministerial code during the Alex Salmond harassment claims saga. The final report by ministerial sleaze watchdog James Hamilton was heavily censored when it was published in March 2021. But thousands of pages relating to Miss Sturgeon's knowledge of harassment allegations against Mr Salmond were published on the Scottish Government website last week. The Scottish Sun discovered documents published by the Scottish Government last week included dates and events deemed too revealing by Scotland's secrecy watchdog and even the SNP government's own lawyers. We also found mobile phone numbers of individuals in what could mean a breach of data protection law. After legal sources raised concerns, we flagged the issues to the Scottish Government on Wednesday. On Thursday, the Scottish Government deleted a batch of pages and said it would be republishing the documents to redact some information. A spokesperson said, ensuring compliance with court orders has been Ministers' absolute priority throughout this matter. Over 700 documents running to over 4,500 pages have been published, and it is regrettable that this has happened due to the scale and complexity involved. Legal sources said the publication by the Scottish Government could mean it has committed a contempt of court. A contempt of court order prohibits the identification of witnesses in Mr Salmond's criminal trial in 2020, when he was cleared of 12 sexual assault charges, including attempted rape. Former diplomat Craig Murray was sentenced to 8 months in prison for breaching the same order in a series of blog posts and tweets about the Salmond trial. A spokesman for the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service said, where the Crown becomes aware of issues of potential contempt of court, these will be considered and action will be taken if appropriate. Judge Lady Dorian made the contempt of court order during the trial to ban the identity of women involved or any information which could lead to them being identified from being disclosed. And after we flagged the issues with the Scottish Government publication, Scotland's secrecy watchdog demanded an urgent meeting with the head of the devolved civil service over its chaotic blunders. David Hamilton, the Scottish Information Commissioner, said, I am deeply concerned regarding the continued disjointed and chaotic approach to the handling of the Hamilton inquiry cases. The Salmond or Hamilton inquiry files have already been withdrawn once and uploaded again by the Scottish Government after their original publication on the 24th of February. They were republished last Monday following a small number of corrections in order to address certain minor errors in redactions such as personal data, the government said. Authorities are expected to report certain data protection slip-ups to the UK Information Commissioner's Office. The ICO said today it had not been informed of any data protection breach. A spokesman said organisations must notify the ICO within 72 hours of becoming aware of the personal data breach, unless it does not pose a risk to people's rights and freedoms. If an organisation decides that a breach doesn't need to be reported, they should keep their own record of it and be able to explain why it wasn't reported if necessary.